All right, back. All right, we back up in this bitch. Hold up, hold up. Hold up. All right, there we go. So, like I said, chaos, complete, wilding out. Let's get to the end, to the news, because guys, tomorrow is gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun. You see on the screen right now, it's Michigan and Ohio. They coming to the big house, baby. They come and play with us. But this thing tonight, Texas, did the one game that we all thought was going to be something different, right? Something completely different. But it was complete opposite. Defense was there. There was a lot of defense. You can pretty much look at the defense. There was a lot. But Arch Manning to get into his form and get done. Oh yeah, it was going down. But tomorrow, look at these. Look at how he got the game set up. Let's look at it. You got Ohio, Michigan. Number one, that's the game. It's rivalry week, folks. Then you got Texas Tech, West Virginia. That's a Big 12 showdown. But Texas Tech, they can get an upset. Anybody can get it. All right, anybody can get it. Then we got Miami and Pittsburgh. Now that is set up right there. After Georgia Tech loses today, oh my goodness, Georgia Tech winning to Georgia with the way they've been playing, and you thought that they were going to come away with a what win? Come on, stop. So Miami and Pittsburgh potentially set up who we're going to get somewhat. It's kind of interesting because Pittsburgh is number 22, Miami is 12, so they're that guy. They're just that guy trying to prove the way to get in. Kentucky and Louisville not so much, right? Clemson, South Carolina, and Houston, Baylor, Colorado, Kansas State, Iowa, Oklahoma, East Carolina, Florida Atlantic, Toledo and Central Michigan, Ball State, Miami, UCF, and BYU. Now, BYU and UCF, right? Although UCF may look like they look, BYU, there's some questions there. If you've seen a couple BYU games, especially the one they lost to Texas Tech, oh yeah, you gotta wonder. So can they show up, or is it gonna be like I said? It's a week where you know you can get caught slipping. UTEP in Delaware, Florida International, Sam Houston, Georgia, Southern Marshall, Kentucky, Jacksonville, Louisiana, Missouri, Georgia State, Old Dominion, Arkansas, App, Boston, Syracuse, UL Monroe, Louisiana. Now that's a nice little rivalry because that's Monroe versus Lafayette. That's up, man. South Alabama, Texas State, UAB, Tulsa, Oregon, Washington, LSU, and Oklahoma. Now, this is what I was telling my people earlier. Think about if LSU beats Oklahoma, definitely they drop. They're gonna drop because right now they're number 8, and Alabama beat LSU. So the chaos is starting at 2:30 after we already had been set up to see if number 1 is falling. Because if number 1 falls, number 2 is going to win, and we got to see what number 3 is going to do because they lost. We get there, we're getting there, and now we got number 8. If they lose to LSU, well, let's just say this might get a little interesting around these parts. Then you got Vanderbilt and Tennessee. Tennessee is 19. And, well, look at that. That's, we can have that one right there. Vanderbilt got to pull this one off. If they want to be taken serious by the committee, they got to knock Tennessee off. They could do it. I don't know how. With Aguilera, he got 31, 45, 23 tutties and 10 interceptions. I mean, he's not too bad. Not too bad. But, it's in Tennessee. So Vanderbilt and Tennessee, that's a rivalry right there, too. That's a battle. That's a nice little battle. Then you got Missouri and Arkansas. I mean, Missouri got knocked down after those losses they took. Like, they played some good teams. Missouri not bad, but they definitely got to beat. They got to beat Arkansas. All right, let's get to because I was trying to catch up with I was trying to catch up to what happened with the Bears and what's his name. All right, there we go. I got the recast packet. Yeah, so the background is gonna be the updates from the games and recaps. Okay, so we can keep it going. So anyway, guys, we got Missouri and Arkansas. Like I said, Wisconsin and Minnesota, Penn State and Rutgers, Wake Forest and Duke, Cincinnati and TCU. Cincinnati's a letdown. They're a letdown. They was talked about and they got a couple good games, and now if they can't beat TCU, well, let's just say they might just walk out the door. Kennesaw State, shocking everybody, okay? Shocking everybody. Troy and Southern Miss, Army and UTSA, Madison, James Madison and Coastal Carolina. Now, James Madison is one of those 4. Tulane, Navy, North Texas, and James Madison. James Madison is 10-1 and 7-0 in the Sun Belt. Things could get messy because they always get overlooked. Then we got Florida versus Florida State. I mean, okay, it's just for their state. I mean, that's all for their pride between their schools because both of them is in rebuild. I mean, come on. Florida State has a better advantage, but I don't know. Oregon State, Washington State, Virginia Tech, Virginia. All right, Virginia, you gotta beat Virginia Tech. You gotta beat them. I'm gonna tell you like this: every team that's under 15 on down, you gotta put in work. Tennessee, that includes you. You gotta pull off the upset over Vanderbilt. Virginia gotta beat Virginia Tech, bro. Maryland and Michigan State. Now look at here. Yes, this is another one of those bowl games. Then you get right here to the Iron Bowl. 6:30, perfect timing. Guess what? Guess what? This is what you want to see. Can Auburn pull off the unthinkable? And it's in Auburn. It's at Jordan Hare Stadium in Auburn. You know Cam Newton and all the rest of those guys are going to be in attendance. You know this is the second best rivalry outside of the Egg, but one of the oldest ones. So I mean, besides the game, you know. So this is Alabama number 10, and especially if LSU can knock off Oklahoma. Oh yes, things will look different because Texas A&M has lost tonight. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Georgia won, so nothing changed there. Indiana, of course, they just blew the doors off of what's his name? Golly. Then we got Charlotte and Tulane. Now Tulane is that number 12 team because they're ranked number 24. But long as they don't fall trap to a 1-10, 0-7 Charlotte, right? We are all right. Roll, wave, roll. Okay. Oh, good. Tip was $10 too, man. Wow, I didn't know it was that cheap. But oh man, we gotta go to the freaking Bayou Classic tomorrow. Oh yes, it's yeah. Uh, and then Northwestern and Illinois. Illinois, I see. Illinois was ranked last week, guys. Y'all remember I was talking about this last week. I said they lose, they're out of there, and guess what happened? They lost. Yeah, they lost. So 7-4. They 4-4 in the Big Ten, and Bill and them have been eliminated. They dropped them. That's North Carolina, NC State. They just doing it for pride pack. SMU and California and Cal. Now SMU, they want you to win. You gotta prove that you can win. I mean, literally. I don't know because Cal Brown, they was hot. UNLV sneaky good, but they ain't not ranked. They're not. And then you got Notre Dame and Stanford. It's a weird game, but it works. All right, it all works. So now we got Fresno and Wyoming and Hawaii. I mean, okay, so these are the games that we already have played. Navy beat Memphis, which is not shocking. That was on Thanksgiving Day. So today, look at this, 56-3. But it was Purdue. Okay. It was Purdue, guys. All right. Let's not act like it was so 56-3. It beat Purdue. And of course, tomorrow they're going to be looking at the fact if Michigan can derail that number one spot, which you already know we are going to knock them off. Take it, the number one spot, guys. Texas A&M and Texas was tonight, and let's say you look at this game and it it did not it was it started really slow. defense. No points scored in the first quarter. Period. Then Texas A&M dropped the 10 piece, and after that they dropped three. Then it was 10, 14. Scored one touchdown after that, and that was lights out. And they couldn't get back in it. Texas defense really came up clutch. I mean, like literally. I'm gonna take nothing away from them. They wanted, and even Arch Manning stood tall. He ran when needed, and what got him was 19 carries, 155 yards. The guy gashed him. Wisner, and surprised you would think they have 1,000 yard back, but unfortunately they do not. So he gashes him for 155. The tight end, he gets 4 receptions for 93. Reed tried his best, but 20 for 32, 180, 2 interceptions. Manning had better numbers. On just overall, like you could look at him and just be like, oh, they literally willed it back into the game. No, no lie. That was one of the better rivalry games of the day. Because once the floodgates opened up, guys, it bust open. Because the floodgates opened up, and boy, and there it is. See, when that Arch Manning went scored the touchdown to take the lead at 27, and that went 27-17. Once he broke, hey, look, Arch put the ball and took off running, and man, come on. I was like, damn, he already got out of hand. Then we had Georgia, Georgia Tech, right? This was going to be lopsided. This was going to be a one-sided game. You gotta watch Georgia Tech from Boston College where they struggled. You go back and look at the games they played, and guess what? This was inevitable. What was going to happen? Then we have Ole Miss, Mississippi State. Now watch, guys. Did you think State was really going to? I mean, it's a good rivalry, a historic rivalry, but yeah, right. Lane Kiffin was the bigger topic of the game than it was the fact that they beat them 38-19. So yeah, they're look at the scores 38-19. They dominated this game. Ole Miss put all like, hey, we're ready for, you know, and by Texas A&M losing, that gives them a shot at the SEC championship, first time. So you tell me this man might don't walk away. He might stay right there where he's at, but it gives them good publicity because now they on the map. They on the map and they winning. I know. We gotta wait and see how everything turns out. We're gonna see. Iowa beat Nebraska. It's no wonder they came from behind early and never looked back. And then these games, guys, these like really doesn't have any thing, but they got a new head coach at Colorado State. Uh, they got a new head coach, so North Texas beat Temple 52-25. Now the committee may look at that and say that's a good win because Tulane got to blow Charlotte out. I mean, they got to put Charlotte to bed. They got to have a uptown second line tomorrow for them boys across the river. You know what I'm saying? Because guess what? That is, it got to be that way. Because I mean, guys, it don't make sense. So now, oh my goodness, we gotta see now because Texas A&M falls, so that changes. But does it really change that because they got one loss? Does it really change anything with the one loss though? That's gonna be my now we gotta think about it like that. Now let's go dig up in here. All right. Arizona State. Yeah, not really. Now listen, these guys, they were good. I thought at least I seen them one time, one game, right? But then these guys come in and say we the big dogs in the state. And I gotta agree with you. The way they played, this dude, I can't even say dude name is Fafita, right? 28 to 45 to 86 in the tutty, right? But the running games, man, they was playing games with them dudes. It was one of them defensive games. Then we had Utah, who now the committee may look at Utah and be like, y'all start slow. Like y'all on the verge of actually catching a L, right? Because Kansas had it. And then Utah found I don't know because I turned away back to Ole Miss. And Utah actually pulled it off. I literally had the game on, and it was like, dang, Kansas is pulling away. But I had the Egg Bowl on, and I was into that one. But Ole Miss, they make a good claim to the committee now because the committee moved them. They dropped them. You remember Ole Miss was ranked 6. They was ranked. I think they was ranked 5 at one time, and then Miami was up there too before they fall from grace. But Ole Miss has been moving down due to the committee. It's not because Ole Miss is lost. They only have one loss, and that's to Georgia, and they didn't even drop. And Georgia, a 16-point beating of Georgia Tech, and Georgia just got butt rolled. Let's previous week because guys, it's not. Look at it, like literally. Mm, mm, mm. I mean, God, it wouldn't have been even fair because Hank King didn't have a good day today at all. He had 181 yards. Stockton only passed the ball, only had 70 yards. Frazier ran it for 108. So they're looking at, right, look at, not going to help the case because you were supposed to beat Georgia Tech. Like, honestly, you were supposed to bust Georgia Tech up. Now, because look, let's go back here. Go to week 13, right? Now, where is Georgia? Georgia. You remember because we had them on upset alert last week. Remember, folks? Yes. All right. Uh, uh, there it is right there. 42. Look at that. 42. 42 to 28. Georgia Tech got beat by Pitt last week. 42 to 28. And Georgia today only beat them by 16-9. And if I tell you, Stockton only threw the ball and passed the ball 11 for 21, one tutty and one interception for 70. And Haynes King, 19 to 27 for one interception. You think I was lying to you? You would honestly think I was lying to you. If Georgia could have beat them, look at this score, 42 to 28. And then the week before that, wait, the week before, can we get the week before that? All right, you lucky. Hold on. I can get it. We got Boston. They was playing Boston College. Now, Boston College is a fine program, but they having an off season, right? Whatever. They struggle with them. They damn near lost to them. So today, and I'm only looking at it as people in the committee would say, there's not good wins and ugly losses or whatever. However they decide they want to do it, this was one of those ugly wins. You won, but it's ugly. Because you look at what Pitt did to them last week, 42 to 28. You held them to 9, but you only dropped 16. Yeah, pretty much. All right, so now this week, you get with them, and guys, look what this is. I mean, come on, stop. They're going to want better. I mean, especially when you look at what Mendoza and them are doing to their competition. Even though Purdue sucks, yeah, they suck. But at the same time, you still supposed to blow off the doors of the competition. So this is the other one. Yeah, he did the little 20 what? The A&M and Texas game, right? This game right here. Manning put this one to bed for y'all folks. He sure enough did. I'm not going to hold you. If Texas did make a statement, and they kept putting it out there, they threw it in the atmosphere. They wanted to make a statement, and they made it. Manning, he had 1 yard short of what dude did, but dude had 2 interceptions. Reed had 2 interceptions. Manning had 1 touchdown, 14 to 29. Marcellus Reed, 20 to 32, 180 yards. And look at Manning, 179. Then Reed rushing 12 carries, 71 yards. Wisner, that was the dagger. That was when I tell you during the game, the announcer even said it as a stat that they killed them last year with a run. And guess what? They started running the ball and it was chunks. He was averaging 7.4, 7.5 per carry. He was gashing them. A&M, I'm like, wait, yeah, they and then once Manning settled down and got comfortable, he started finding them holes, tight end with the word, and I'll call him JE because I can't Idris Andres, or however you say it. He had 93 yards. So, and then he had Livingston on a slant that was so beautiful in stride. And guys, Manning takes it in to the end zone to actually put the game away. So this game right here, listen, they took care of business. They covered on the spread if you was on the money line and the spread. Wow. Look at the total yards. They took over. They had to see, and you can't win. What we say, turnovers. And look at the penalties. 8, 7. They about what on the penalties. You know what I'm saying? Time of possession. They had the ball longer and came away short. So now Texas A&M is 7-1 in conference, 10-1 overall. Texas 6-2, 9-3. So guys, what are we? What are they going to do? When they lost by the loss? I mean, come on, like that's going to be the. That's the one thing that's going to shock us all is how are they going to drop this? How's it going down? All right, both teams had sacks. Just know that both of them had sacks. And oh my goodness, I mean, sheesh. That is so. That if that wasn't just wild enough, if Georgia and Georgia Tech wasn't wild enough, right? Like coming on, you're like, wait a minute, Georgia beat them people. I'm like, yeah. I told some people that, yeah, should have took them. And then we had Ole Miss and Mississippi State, but that wasn't enough. See, Indiana, they set a standard. Okay, number 2 moves 12-0, earn a Big Ten title game spot with a 56-3 win over Purdue. They're beating the Big Ten. They ran through the Big Ten. It's not even a bad gauntlet that they ran through. It's just the fact that they when they play that one team that's going to get to them, it's like, wait, okay, they may got Oregon the first time going around. Yeah, I think they if you put Oregon and them together now, it might be a different story. I think Oregon understands, and they will get with them. I mean, it'd be an interesting match. Even A&M, despite the loss of Texas, despite what we know now watching that game, I think if you put them two, that might be. We'll see if the test because they gotta face somebody. Because Purdue, come on, Purdue, stop. My Wolverines beat Purdue. Okay, I'm just saying. Mississippi State, Ole Miss, we got Utah, Kansas. Again, I'm gonna harp on Utah. Utah starts slow, but they get the job done. They do, but they just start too damn slow, folks. They do. So you're trying to tell me if long as Texas wouldn't have lost to Ohio State week 1, we wouldn't have this conversation about them not being in the playoffs. That's what you're trying to say. See, I mean, come on. Right? You got to play who on your schedule, right? So we all know who We know we all got to play who are on the schedule. We can only play who's in front of us. So what's the problem? I mean, you got found out week one. It is what it is. But that would have been just one win. I mean, one loss. Think about it, just one loss. If you just count week one versus Ohio, right? That's just one loss. But you have more than that. So it's more than that. Wait, hold on. It is three losses. Three. So you lost three times besides losing to Ohio. So what are we talking about? And the committee is strict. Now, no, I'm not gonna tell you no lie. 16, and depending on what happens tomorrow, this could change because if Oklahoma loses to LSU and Michigan beats Ohio, and then Alabama loses to Auburn, I know, guys, things are looking way more interesting because now you have to go in there and really put man. It's upsets. Okay, guys? It's rivalry week, upset week. Okay, just get ready for it. I'm just letting you know. You seen it. You seen it already. I don't think people are really getting it. But this gauntlet that we're running through, now it's coming to the head where now you're going to see because the committee's now pitting you against whatever it is. And they want to see because you're getting closer to putting teams together. Like Kansas, even though they weren't ranked, they still was about to get with Utah. And the committee's going to look at that. And now Arizona, they had you in there at number 20, right? Then they put the other Arizona in there, right? And they say, well, state's a little better, so we're gonna make state 20. And then we're gonna put you at 25. So then they set it up to where now look at y'all. Both of y'all. Both ranked. So this game means a little something. And guess what you do? Get beat. Couldn't get nothing done. Hard. Okay. They said chaos and they wanted it and we got it. And guess what? We're all here for it because tomorrow it only gets better. It only gets better. It only gets better, folks. I'm just letting you know. Because no, let's go from the top. Take it from the top. The upset, right? The upset could begin right here at 11 a.m. The upset begins right there. Michigan and Ohio. Okay. That is boom. Hello, welcome to the party. We've been here. Michigan on a 5-game win streak right now, okay? And we've beat them 4 years in a row. So now, guess what? 4 straight. Let's make it 5. Tom Brady's going to be in the building, y'all. Yeah. Dog Brady coming back. TB12 going to be in there. So he was like number 10, I think, right? At Michigan, I think. Gotta go look that number up. But we're going to have Aiden Hutchinson going to be in. Aiden gonna come through. Yeah, we're gonna have select people. We're gonna have a lot of alumni there, and college game day is gonna be live from there. So yes, it's going down. You can definitely see it's gonna be going down. No, No, the overall playoff. I mean, now you gotta look at it, bro. Cause shit, how shit, you don't know how this committee gonna think. Because now tomorrow, even if Michigan wins, how you gonna drop Ohio State? How far do they fall? Because I want them to fall. I want Michigan to jump up from 15. And then Texas Tech, if you don't blow West Virginia out, and now we got other teams that might win. What do we do with just mediocre wins? You gotta look at that. You gotta win that West Virginia. You can't let West Virginia decide they want to win. Then Miami, Pittsburgh, guys, come on. You already know Miami. Slippery slopes. Miami could be a team that can run a gauntlet. One moment, like they could be that guy. Remember, they was ranked number 2, and they was calling one of the best teams in the country, and then they started losing. That was on a Friday night game. They lost. I was like, oh my God, Miami losing. And next thing you know, we broke that on the short, guys. And guess what? I'm like, damn. And it took Miami a couple losses to realize, hey, they got it together, seemingly, but they've been playing the teams you're supposed to beat. Now you have to play Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh, yeah, they may have lost to Notre Dame. They expected, they anticipated that loss, but they beat Georgia Tech. They beat Georgia Tech. Yep. They did it good too. The committee looked at the fact that they did it, and they promoted them to 22. 22. Now 22 can knock off 12. There you go. Committee has to do a little work now. But if 12 takes care of business, then that means 22 plus number 20. They already lost. So, and 20 was Arizona State. Just to let y'all remember. Arizona State number 20. So they lost. So if 22 loses, say goodbye, Pittsburgh. It was nice, but you got to beat Miami. UCF and BYU. BYU got to beat this team. And they're at home. They're at home in Provo, so it should not be an issue. Then we got Oregon and Washington. Now Washington is tricky because they've been winning. They've been winning, and it's a Big Ten game in Oregon. You can't sleep on that boy Williams Jr. That boy, he'll a clutch. He a dual threat. Now I know y'all just came off the win to USC. That's a good win. I needed that win. Dang, I thank you for banishing them, for getting them out of here. Disrespecting the Wolverines like that. Appreciate that, Ducks. I really do. So now they got to face Washington, who my Wolverines beat. So I don't think that the Ducks have a problem. I think it'll be an easy win for the Ducks. I really do. I think the Ducks will get this one. And guess what? The Ducks will have fun with this one. I really do. I think they'll have a little fun. Because guess what? It'll be like staying on your toes, because you can get exposed real quick. Because Washington is a team that they was ranked. They had some good they got some good talent over there. Then we got LSU at Oklahoma. Now, guys, this is going to be crazy because LSU can go in there and beat them. Hell, they need to go in there and beat them just to do something to stay relevant. Okay, 7-4, 3-4 in the sec, and look at them, 9-2, 5-2, sitting up there looking like a prize. So if LSU can knock off Oklahoma, that definitely sets it. That helps out. That helps out teams who need a rise. That helps out teams that need to rise because we gotta look at it. You beat number 8. I mean, can LSU get the top 25 now? They're 8-4. I mean, hell, you let everybody else jump up in the 4-man loss teams. I mean, hey, then we got Vandy and Tennessee. But think about it. If Oklahoma loses, then all Alabama has to do tomorrow is win. And Vanderbilt, all they have to do is win. Because guess what? That opens the door for people to come in. But if Oklahoma just blows the doors off of LSU, right, then they make a good case. But they're catching a wounded LSU. But not, they're catching, I don't really know. I'm not going to say wounded because it sounds defeated. And they're not. They struggle with Arkansas. But I think they can run up in old Norman, Oklahoma, and pull one out. I really do. I think LSU got it in them. They got that Tiger blood in them. Okay, and Matier, he's 10 touchdowns, 7 interceptions. You turn it over, and that defense that's the best thing they got, and it's 22-60 yards, man. Come on, now. Our running game for LSU, 100 carries, 463, 3 touchdowns. Durham. I mean, you got to figure out the offense. I think that's why they were looking at throwing Lane Kiffin's name in the box with LSU and with Florida, but Florida says no. We're thinking about something totally different. So now it wouldn't make sense anyway. But here we go. We got Alabama and Auburn, right? Now this is going to be, if Alabama can get past Auburn, and like I said, if LSU can knock them off, then guess what? You got a good game. You can move up. They probably get you back into the 8. Tulane, I already know they're gonna roll, wave, roll, but we don't know if the Tide gonna roll, Tide roll, because damn, Auburn is played different at home, and they play different against competition. Not it's a sneaky one right there because I don't really, but I would love to see USC number 17 fall a little more. I mean, just fall. Not that I have it out for them, but UCLA needs this because this is, they need this rivalry. They're rebuilding, but USC, of course, is going to take all that extra pent up anger out on them that they couldn't take out on Oregon. So poor UCLA, they're going to just get it. And now it makes it even worse if Michigan loses to Ohio. Now, if Stanford pulls off an upset over Notre Dame, do you know that Notre Dame at 9, what are we going to do with that? SMU 21 and Cal Golden Bears. These are questionable games, right? These are questionable because these games, with the exception of number 3, even number 4 is suspect. Number 7 can take and move up because they've been consistent, mainly consistent. But I know they're going to say, oh, the story around the coach is what we're doing. Okay. Anyway, let's go to the home of this. Let's get to it. Okay. Let's see. Let's see what we got. Kiffin to make hard decision on future Saturday. Of course, he's gonna make it on Saturday. You know why he's gonna make it on Saturday? He doesn't want to tell you I'm staying here. It makes better story. Makes for a better storyline. But the shocker for everybody tomorrow, despite the only thing that's going to be even more of a shocker, a just a breaker, is when is when Michigan beats Ohio, and then LSU upsets Oklahoma, and maybe, just maybe, is a tough one for Alabama. Now, that could be a nice day for college football because I think we're going to be. No, there we go. No, see, listen, that's gonna be the thing. You gotta have them in the SEC championship. Maybe them in Georgia. Get them in Georgia for a rematch. Let's see if we get them in Georgia for a rematch, or them if Oklahoma doesn't lose to LSU, put them in Oklahoma together. Maybe or you gotta have, because Texas A&M just lost. You know what I'm saying? Now if Alabama wins, then I know Alabama's gonna beat Ole Miss in a SEC championship. You can pretty much. I mean, I don't. It just seems like it's just different. Even though it's day bar, and I know they're gonna say all kind, they're coming, but no, guys, really, really, it just is what it is. I gotta know what the hell happened today because, guys, today has been one of those days where it is what it is. But yep, exactly. We got too much going on, and guess what? It's all going to happen in a matter of moments because tomorrow is here, and we are ready for it. But tonight, guys, we're going to enjoy this one because the chaos has just begun. Oh, I almost forgot the Bears. What the hell is going on with the Bears, guys? They won. They beat they 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 beat the Eagles. The Eagles are now officially on upset watch. We gotta get somebody over there to check on them. I need somebody to go check on the Eagles. All right, I'm serious. It sure is, guys. All right, so here we go, man. We're gonna. I don't know where it's at. Hold on. Wait. There we go. Oh my goodness, guys. The instant reaction is not. I mean, you gotta look at like come on, these Arizona State. That was just horrible. I ain't gonna lie. Like they just gave it up. All right, So dramatic finish is right. A dramatic finish is right, folks. And oh yeah, here we go. Come on over to Twitter space or the X, baby. Look at that. You see that? This right there. Stuns. You see it. They stunned them. Not only did they stun them. Yeah. I mean, stunned them, bro. Manning sunned them, bro. No lie, Manning sunned them, bro. Undefeated Hoosiers are headed to the Big Ten championship. Of course, I mean, but they had little hiccups. Now they want to go. Let them go. It's gonna be a nice championship game, depending on who they play. And then here we go. Look at this, ESPN College. Oh yeah, I know I'm following Nick View, right? Yeah, I sure am. Look at that, guys. Mm-hmm. My dude, Elko, bro. Look at him. He's stunned. And then right here, this is crazy, right? DeAndre Swift. Oh no. They ran the ball on. They ran the ball. I didn't even know. Honestly. And look at that. Texas, bro. I told y'all when we was there, they was rocking. They were cutting up.
Third quarter dominated by the Longhorns. They had 191
They were
yards in the
already
second half,
up 10 points.
189 in the third quarter.
So that was 20
They
to
outgained
10.
the Aggies 189 to 35. Texas A&M had just one. Third quarter dominated by the Longhorns. They had 191 yards.
So by the time we got to the third quarter, it was already gone. And then rivalry game in Austin. Yeah, the rivalry game, all right, but it was one-sided. It was look, that no lie, 10-3 at the half. I'm glad somebody clipped that too, because guess what? I didn't even think about it. That was 10-3. I was like, okay, Texas A&M then kicked into gear, right? No, sir, not that. And Pitt on basketball beating them. Bears looking for more state wins. We haven't hit our pinnacle. Oh Lord, don't say it. They won on Black Friday. They ordered a win off Amazon. And we got who gonna win, bro? Look, will Falcons keep their win streak, or will the Jets get back in the W column? I'm gonna take the Falcons, right? I'm gonna say the Falcons because Kirk Cousins is in there. And for a takeaway for the Chicago Bears win over the Eagles, Ben Johnson offense is coming in like a line. Eagles have another offense, and where exactly has Saquon gone? Oh wow! Nick Saran spoke on if the Eagles change who calls plays.
Another short week, another short week that leads to a long weekend where we'll evaluate everything. But again, like I said, after that, it's never just about one person, right? You win as a team, you lose as a team, and you try to evaluate everything, win, lose, or draw, and get better from it.
Just to clarify what you said earlier about evaluating everything. So does that mean you are evaluating, like changing the play call?
No, we're not changing the play call. Okay. But we will evaluate everything, and that's what this weekend we'll have another little mini bye, and I think that's the, another short week, another short week that leads to a long weekend where we'll evaluate everything. But again, like I said, after that, it's never just about one person, right? You can't.
And that's not something you typically say with great key coach football teams. They're typically tough on the line of scrimmage. They're going to be great on the defensive side, and they're going to be mistake-free, and they're not going to shoot themselves in the foot. And that's what happened to the team this year. They fell apart in big moments and due in part to the turnovers. It's been a bad week for the agenda, Chris.
Oh man, this is
He's a man of the people. Let's say that.
Did Ben take his shirt off in
He did take his shirt off. He's a man of the people. Let's say that.
Did Ben take his shirt off in
Ben Johnson cutting up for the post game. They beat the.
He's a man of the people.
They on the run. You gotta give them people respect. It might be. Think about it like this. It might actually be. It could be the Patriots and the Bears in the Super Bowl. It could be the Patriots and the Bears in the Super Bowl, right? Think about it like that. 85 was the Patriots and the Bears, right? And we lost. But this time, it could be this. Yeah. This is rivalry week, baby. But y'all should beat them really bad. All right, so they got to play Dallas next. I mean, the Bears Black Friday when they're in Chicago, 24-15 win. Oh boy, 24-15. That was the win. Oh man. Damn, I'm saying a year ago, bro. I know that's how my Patriots was last year, 4-13, and now look at us. And now the North Texas is headed to the American Conference Championship game. The Mean Green reached 11 wins for the first time in the program. Now, this is back to the college news, guys. This is Warren. This is where we talking about teams that are hot, like the James Madison, the Mean Green, Tulane, even though they may get in there and beat certain teams. But if we talking about putting them in the real rankings, we got to make sure that this is going to be, because I mean, the Mean Green looked like a good story. First time in program history, 11 wins. But guys, we gotta come on. We gotta keep it gutter with it. Oh man, the Wiener Circle, hot dog stand, giving out free hot dogs in Chicago, y'all. Wish we was in Chicago, bro. All right, so now Eagles 8-4, Dallas 6-5. Dallas on their heels now. Oh, not looking good, bro. You would hate to have Dallas come back. Yeah, bro. And we got wrestling Survivor Series, guys. Y'all make sure y'all get them. Every time. Look at that. Ole Miss 11-1. First 11-win regular season in program history, bro. Look at that. Ole Miss. They can't make, bro. That's why I'm like, Lane is gonna probably stay there, bro. Because guess what? He already laid the foundation. Where else he gonna go? He laid the foundation. All right, so Chicago did their thing, guys. All right, Stanford has Commander's assistant Tavita Pritchard as next head coach. So they got a football head coach. They didn't go and hire Andrew Luck like people were saying. So here it is. All right, Mike Garafolo chasing down. And the Bears walk into Philly with a dub. Statement victory for Chicago, improved to 9-3. It's crazy. We living in this reality? Yes, we are. Yes, we are, guys. It is the Friday Night Blitz. Thank you for joining us. Like, follow, sub the channel, and remember, go Pats and go Blue. I mean, dude, this is crazy. Number 2 seed in the NFC. I mean, it still looks like it wasn't enough, guys. Cause I mean, yeah. All right, and okay, we got some games for Saturday, but dude, here it is. Top draft needs. We need an edge. Yeah, edge, line. Yeah, I mean, hell, I feel you. Bleacher Report, thank you for that. That's a nice story. But yeah, 13-3 at the half, and that's all it would be right there, because it would be a while before they got their act together. And it'd be all dogs. All the dogs, like Drake saying, all the dogs. Yeah. So, folks, we'll be back tomorrow with the Saturday CFP Blitz. You know how it goes. It's the Saturday Blitz. Hey, thank you for tuning in. I appreciate you. Like, follow, sub up to the channel. Remember, stay tuned, stay clutch. Go Blue, go Pats.